Hi there, and welcome back. Today I want to talk about Final Fantasy XIV Online. I'm a very old time player of World of Warcraft. I've been playing World of Warcraft from the start, which is like almost 15 years ago by now. And I never really gave another MMO RPG a chance. I was like, nah. I was always comparing it with World of Warcraft. I kind of start losing love for World of Warcraft. I still love the game, but I always felt like I want to stick with that game. I've put so many hours, so many years of my life into that game. I don't want to try another MMO, but I still gave it a chance. So many other content creators were always talking about this game and talking about how good it was, and I gotta be honest, first glance I was like, I don't think this is my kind of game. I do love anime. I'm very much into the weeb culture. I do enjoy pretty much every kind of gameplay, but I never got into Final Fantasy that much. I only played Final Fantasy IX. I did like that game as a kid, but I didn't play any other Final Fantasy games, and I was like afraid to join into a world where I was supposed to know a lot of lore before even starting this game. But I gave it a shot, and I didn't regret any moment of it. So by now I started as a, I'm gonna try to say it right, a thaumaturge, which is like the fire and ice chaos mage. And later on, this mage becomes a black mage. So yes, I became a black mage. Really cool character. Really happy with the design of my character. Really happy with the gameplay of it. And yeah, I'm having a good time. By now, after less than a week, I was able to finish the first arc. So I guess that you could call this the classic realm. So a realm reborn, and I'm gonna move to the first expansion of the game, which is gonna be from level 50 to level 60 right now. But before I was going to start playing that part of the game, I wanted to do a little review of the game so far. So this is not gonna be a full review of the whole game, because that would be ridiculous to talk about a review after only 1 week of playing an MMO. That would be insane. Definitely not complete. Just keep that in mind. This is only a review of the first part of the game, of my very own experience after playing this. I'm gonna start talking about the first thing that I noticed when I started playing this game, and just keep in mind I will always keep comparing back to World of Warcraft, because that's the thing that I know. So the very first thing that I noticed when I started playing the game is that there was an insane amount of text and talking. I kinda got worried there, because I got my character and I was like in this town. I started like in the desert zone called Ul'dah, which is like the desert zone, and I got kind of worried because I was already above level 1, I was already close to level 3, and I didn't use any of my abilities yet. I didn't have any combat, and I was kind of worried, like, maybe I don't like this character. Can I please try out the combat so I can see, okay, do I want to swap out to another class or another job, as they call it in this game? Yeah, it took a while before I could fight my very first little creature, which is very different with World of Warcraft. Because with World of Warcraft, you literally start into the game, they give you a few sentences of explanation what your race and your class is, and bam, go kill boss. Why? I don't remember. Does it matter? It doesn't really matter, because you were just gonna start questing and leveling. This game was like a slow burner. Like, they really wanted to make sure that you understood where you were, and what you were gonna do before you actually got into action. But once the game started, I was like, okay, this feels pretty much the same. So I'm doing fetch quest, I'm leveling up, I'm unlocking new abilities, I'm having fun. After that, I start doing dungeons. The people in the dungeons, super nice, super friendly. Something that I noticed, because I was like very afraid at the start. I was like, oh my god, I don't know anything about this dungeon. Do I need to look it up? And I was honest. When we joined the dungeon, I told people like, hey, I'm new. Just let me know if there is something specific that I need to do. And people were super chill and super helpful. And I was happy about that. So I did my first dungeons, really nice. Also, something that I noticed is that if you start on a new account, you got like a little sprout icon, and apparently that's the icon that you get if you are a new player, and they call us sprouts. So we're gonna blossom into a beautiful flower once we got all the knowledge of the game. I guess, I hope, I don't know, maybe I'm a potato, I don't know. So first I was like, oh no, this is literally gonna be a mark on my head to show people that's a noob. Don't join dungeons with the noob. But it felt differently. It felt like people were like, oh, that's a new player, no problem. We're gonna explain him what to do. So amazing for me, such a warm welcome. And I gotta say, the community so far is really impressive. I'm having a great time. Not that the World of Warcraft community is not welcoming, but I don't know. The whole mechanic with being a new player in World of Warcraft is not as welcoming as in this game. For me, personal experience, of course. Yeah, I started doing all the main quests because that's what people told me, like, don't focus on all the little quests because you're gonna be over leveled and you're not gonna have fun. So just focus on the icon with like the flame thing of every single quest, focus on that and do all the little quests with like a plus icon on that, because those are gonna unlock new things. So I started unlocking new abilities. At level 20 I was able to start and get my first mount, my chocobo, really cool mount as well. I started to unlock to be able to use my mount in combat as well, which was amazing for me. And then I started doing the bigger dungeons, starting to do more quests, and I was having a great time. The story didn't really catch my attention, and I was kind of worried about that because people are always telling me Final Fantasy is more RPG MMO than an MMO RPG. And I 100% understand what they mean by that, because it really feels more like you're playing a Final Fantasy game, an RPG game, with the multiplayer world around that. But the main focus is always the RPG game with this main storyline that you're following. I gotta be honest, some of the voice acting, because not every single sentence is voice acted, but when there were cutscenes with voice acting, oh boy, a few of the voice actors are really good, but many of them are bad, are really bad. And I don't know if it's the fault of the voice actors, but I think the biggest problem is that it didn't feel like the people reading the sentences knew what they were saying. Like, they didn't show any emotion, like characters being stressed out and screaming, no! They were saying like, no. The worst voice actor, because we heard her the most, for me, was the one who did Mimphilia. Like, pretty much one of the most important characters in the story so far for me. And every time when she shows on the screen and she started saying something, I felt like, oh my god, no, don't talk, please, stop. And apparently they swapped out the voice actor for Mimphilia, so I guess I wasn't the only person who felt like that. But I don't want to say that her voice was bad or anything, but there was literally no acting. It was like the same tone the whole time. It was literally like you would do a text to speech in a robot. It felt like that. I was like, yeah, that's literally taking me out of the story, out of interest of it. But I started doing more of the quests. For example, the Black Mage quest. I did really enjoy that one. First, those little creatures. I don't remember what they're named again. Like the little race. I was like, oh no. Oh, little gnomes are back from World of Warcraft. No. I was like, no. I don't like those. But I started to realize that those are not gnomes. They look like gnomes, but they act like goblins. No joke, those little guys, do not trust them. They're little monsters. And I freaking love it. I don't want to play one myself, but when I see them, I'm like, Hey, I'm watching you, little monster. Apparently they call them potatoes. I don't know why, but I do know about it. I know that you guys call them potatoes, so there you go. There you go. Also, I was really happy to go to the other towns as well, because apparently the starting zone where I was the least popular zone. So when I went to the other zones and I went in the town, there were so many people. And I love that. I love to go into an MMO and see other players. A lot of other players. That's so important for me. I want the world to feel alive when I'm playing an MMO. But I was passing by and I heard some music. I was like, wait, what? I know that song. And there were like a few characters playing instruments. And there was like, those were players. And they were playing anime music. Dude! What? Wow. I still don't know how they did it. If you know, please let me know in the comments. I would like to know how I'm able to play an instrument and play my own specific music. But it blew my mind away. And that's gonna be a moment that is gonna stick with me for a very long time. Because that was literally like, and then people around them were dancing and cheering. And it felt like I was looking at a live festival inside of this town. It was magical for me. That was like a moment, one of those moments that I really look for in MMOs. Like those weird, non-story based, normal, random stuff in an MMO that can happen. And my favorite moment in the game, I will never forget it, I will even show you a clip about it, is I just finished my main story. I did finish the final raid, I did unlock flying. Really happy about that. I even got the mount that you get after you finish the first main story, and you get the mount at the end. And I was flying, and then I saw them, two guys in an arm of a gorilla. So there was a gorilla, and there was a dude sitting in his arm, and apparently there was a mount, and there were two of them. I saw two monkeys, and I was like, and I walked out to them and I was like, how do I get monkey? And they looked at me, both of them, and they were like, this is monkey. Reject humanity, join monkey. And I was like, show me way of monkey. Monkey together, strong. and they started flying away. Yes, the gorilla mount can fly. Every single mount can fly apparently. And I started following them. I was like stalking them. I was like, show me, tell me your secrets. And they were like, you need to become monkey. I'm like, I am monkey. Look at my shirt. I am monkey. Show me how. And then something amazing happened. Like, it's not amazing for the reason that you're thinking, but they literally traded me gil, which is like gold in the game. I was like, no, you don't have to do that. That's very kind of like, no. Take it. And I took it. And then it said, follow me. And they brought me to the auction house, or like the marketplace. And they were like, okay, type this name. This is how you get the mount. And I had my very own gorilla mount. And I don't know how to explain this to you guys. It's not about me getting a free mount, it's not about me getting the gold, but it's about creating this little story, this moment that I will cherish for a really long time, where I'm just interacting and having fun with other players. And that was the moment where I went offline and I bought every expansion. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna continue playing this game. Because this game is gonna create an insane amount of crazy stories for me to tell and to discover together with you guys. And I would say, if you're interested in Final Fantasy XIV Online, you can play the very first starter pack till level 50, plus the first expansion till level 60 for free. It's a totally free thing that you can do. You don't have to pay anything. You can download it on Steam and try it out. It's pretty much like they would tell you you can play World of Warcraft Classic and Burning Crusade for free. So until level 70 in World of Warcraft, you can play for free. That's what they are giving you. So you can imagine how much playtime you can try without putting any amount of money into the game. You don't lose anything. Okay, maybe time, maybe you lose time. But hey, that's what we like to do, right? You don't play MMOs because you wanna keep your time. You're playing MMOs because you wanna waste every single time. You wanna waste your life away and have fun with that. So that's what I'm going to do. So please, once again, try it out. So yeah, let me know what you think of the video. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Definitely let me know. Leave a comment about how you feel about this video. And I hope to see you next time. And do not forget, I'm Crash, and I'm out. Bye-bye. Has your human be nice? Reject vulnerability, return to monkey.